Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. They're live from NGX in Marina.
Tolu, it's a pleasure. The market has ended, and as we said, we've included in the positive territory. Index has gone so high, almost hitting 3%, really 2.79%, and it's been something we've been seeing in the last 2-3 weeks, and we are even looking forward to the continuous or bullish run. Here with me is Mr. David Adonri, the stockbroker representing High Cap Securities. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon, F. Young.
I know that it was bullish, but what was the feeling on the trading floor? Just briefly.
Thank you. The market is still bullish. The bull run has been sustained, and investors are still capturing a lot of income.
I know that you fund managers are making good money out of the market, but let's talk about the fundamentals. Why is the bull run lasting for so long?
Essentially, the bull run has been driven by sentiments, and the sentiments is related to the bright prospects that investors believe exist in the market, you know. So other than sentiments, really, I think the banking sector has performed very well in terms of its very strong fundamentals. If you remember the windfall from the floating of the Naira. So the fundamentals are also part of what is driving the bull run in the market. But however, for the real productive sector, I think it's driven principally by sentiments, because a lot of them suffered a collateral damage.
Okay, let's talk about this 10 trillion capitalization that Dangote Cement has just hit. What's the influence of that, on the trading floor?
It's a milestone by Dangote Cement. If you cast your mind back to recall that it's always been the highest capitalized stock in the market. And with this recent sustained bull run, the demand for the stock has heightened, taking the market cap to an unprecedented level of 10 trillion naira. Of course, Dangote is a big giant that operates all across Africa and even beyond the continent of Africa.
I'm wondering how other big cap securities like MTN, Bua Cement, Bua Food will react and act in the market, in relation to this development.
Yeah, if they continue to grow their fundamentals, the way Dangote Cement is growing, not just within the continent but globally, then of course the market will reward them. And again, if they also distribute mouth-watering returns to investors, they would also climb gradually and start to rub shoulders with Dangote Cement.
Okay, let's take on one issue. Just recently, the Securities and Exchange Commission actually agreed to the exit scheme of GSK. I understand that you people have placed the stock of GSK on technical level. Is that the beginning of the exit process proper?
Yes, of course. GSK is now at the home run in terms of its exit from the equities market in Nigeria. Today, just like you mentioned, the stock was placed on full suspension to enable them tidy up all matters relating to the settlement of their investors and their orderly exit from the Nigerian capital market.
Mr. David Adonri, thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you, Ekong. Always a pleasure, and greetings to Tolu and all the other people at the studio.
He's already hearing you now. Tolu, your friend greets you.
I can hear, Doctor. I can hear him there, Mr. David Adonri there, breaking it down for us. But F. Young, before I let you go, interesting conversation with Mr. Adonri, I must say. If he's still there, or you answer me, are we going to sustain this greenish move, this bullish run? Are we going to sustain this moving on, or let's say the first quarter of the year?
From the environmental conditions here in the market, it's certain that it's going to stay in the market for some weeks to come, because we see companies still bringing out, fine figures that investors want to see, and they are still looking forward to results of the annual trade of last year. So, as they have not yet come to the market, it means it will still continue. The market will go up, and then maybe have a residing there for 1 or 2 days until these records are back here.
So moving on, we should be expecting new listings at the exchange. That is also something that many are talking about, like the NNPC. We expect that maybe very soon it will be listed on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and Nigerians can get a share of that national oil company. What is the NGX itself doing to attract more companies to list?
Well, that is something that is ongoing. Everybody is talking about new companies coming so that the ability to create wealth for the Nigerian population will also be expanded. I had an interview last week with the new CEO of the NGX, and he said that government is also considering some of the proposals that they are making, and they too are meeting the boards of new companies that they consider good enough to bring to the market. So we wait and see. It is an ongoing effort, and I believe we will see some of them coming to list this particular year.
All right, then I think I would I'll let you go now. I'll see you when you return back to the office. If you get up there live for us the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and say another thank you, a big thank you to Mr. David Adonri there. We appreciate his time.
Thank you.
Well, the market is green.